Hello you guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So in today's video, we are going to be doing an MLM Fails. Something I will say is this is an MLM Fails that was supposed to go live in December. Like I literally had it ready and scripted and all of the content ready to react to, but then stuff got crazy in December with WFAB and other things. So I was like, you know what? This will be my first MLM Fails back in 2022. So I have my ho 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 shirt on today because we're ho ho hoing into the new year. I don't even know where I came up with that, but I thought that was funny. Anyways, I'm going to leave the best for last, where people feature their MLM husbands. So I figured we would leave that one until the end. So the first one we have is a reel. Most of these today are actually going to be reels. So some of them I can't actually play the audio. So unfortunately, I could just show it to you and that is it, which kind of sucks. I hate that you can't really play audios here on YouTube, like actual music and stuff, without getting demonetized. So first one is of a Beachbody rep, and then this is what her post says. So we will play it. It says, talking to women about coaching on my team. I want to, but I don't have time. I haven't reached my fitness goals yet. I'm not good at social media. I'm not an influencer. They love using that word. Recognizes they're holding themselves back. We all start somewhere and I can make an impact. I just have to start when I'm ready. So she's saying that people are holding themselves back by not joining. So the caption is what got me very interested in reacting to this. So it says, if you want something deep down, any reason or excuse keeping you from starting is invalid. If you're telling yourself you don't have time, that's the beautiful thing about online fitness coaching. Work as much as you want when you want. When I started, I was working full-time in marketing, bartending nights and weekends, and in school full-time. I sent invites on my bathroom breaks, and when I stocked the cooler, I grew my network during my lunch. I listened to trainings in my car while doing the dishes. I didn't have set work hours for a long time. I just capitalized on my time gaps. Many of you know I started coaching the same way I committed to my own health. I was 20 pounds heavier, but that didn't matter. What mattered was that I was committed to showing up for myself, and I made that public knowledge on here for extra accountability, and I invited other women to commit with me. You only have to be one step ahead of someone to turn around and lead them. I was clueless about social media, but I was willing to learn. I had 800 followers when I started, but grew my network intentionally to find my tribe. I also got to decide how I viewed social media. I used to think it was toxic. Now I get to create a positive platform for women looking to create better lives or better their lives. And girl, everyone is an influencer, whether they know it or not, by talking about your favorite new top you got or raving about your amazing movie you just saw. By recommending binge-worthy Netflix series or sharing your favorite seasonal drinks from Starbucks all day, every day, you are influencing those around you. So why not share about your healthy lifestyle so you can empower other women to prioritize their health? This is like the longest post in existence. So basically, it's all about your mindset. Are you in a growth mindset, ready to put in the work to learn and create success, or a fixed mindset, meaning unwilling to even try? I'm looking for the next 3 rock stars to this business as an online health and fitness coach. I'll get you in the best shape of your life and teach you how to share your journey right here on social media to create an income. Request info in the link in my bio. So first off, by her saying that you are invalid for your reasons why you don't join an MLM, it's interesting that this happens with everyone. It's interesting that anyone who says a reason, no matter what the reason is, as to why they don't want to join an MLM, it's invalid to the MLM rep, or they make the individual feel as if that feeling is invalid and that they should just join their MLM. And I feel a big reason why reps feel this way, big reasons why they feel like, oh, someone is just invalid if they don't join the MLM, or the reason why they want to join is invalid, whatever it is. They are taught this. They are taught this type of mindset. They are taught that this is how they should act on social media, because I don't see anyone joining something and then just automatically thinking this way. I truly feel that these MLMs drive this type of mentality and toxic mindset into their MLM reps, and then their MLM reps go on social media and they spew it out for all of us to hear. You're not invalid if you don't want to join a scam. If you don't want to join an MLM for whatever reason why you don't want to join, that is valid. And no one should ever tell someone that their reasons for not doing something is invalid. I find that very weird. She then goes on this huge rampage about how she worked full-time somewhere else and she wasn't doing this full-time. This is literally what I talked about in Monday's video, or something I talked about in Monday's video, was the fact that that on social media, this is what you're going to be promoted. You're going to be promoted, hey, you don't have to work. You don't have to do it full time. You could just do it in an hour of your day. You could do it in pockets of your time or in those time gaps, blah, 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 whatever it is that they want to say. But they always say you have under an hour, or you're only going to need an hour, or you could do it in the pockets of your day. And this is a huge thing that's specifically promoted in Beachbody and probably Monat too. Don't listen to this. The problem with Beachbody is they have what's called a daily activity tracker that the actual corporate made and the CEO approved. And this daily tracker has pretty much a list of things that you need to do in your day of, being in Beachbody. And the tracker has over 2 hours and 40 minutes of things that you need to do every single day. Now, I don't know about you, but I normally don't have that much extra time in my day, especially for someone that works a full-time job or has kids or anything like that. You're not going to have enough time to even accomplish the daily tracker that corporate came out with themselves on what it is that you should be doing as a rep every single day. And if you do decide to join the MLM and you do listen to this person and you do start doing the activity tracker that she's going to end up giving you when you join, but I bet she won't show it, before someone joins. Whenever you join and you actually be like, okay, I'm going to do the tracker, watch how much time you don't have for yourself anymore. Watch how much time you are spending on your phone, or how much time within those time gaps that you have that you can't do the things you actually enjoy and love in your life, because you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to dedicate pretty much all of your time on this MLM. You'll really get no time for family, kids, or just time to relax like everyone should. I know every night I like to shut off my computer. I stop checking YouTube comments. I stop working at normally around 7 p.m. every single night, because I want the couple hours before I go to bed to be able to cook and spend time with my spouse and maybe watch 1 or 2 episodes of a show that I love. And that time, if I was in an MLM, would be put to doing those extra things, because when I was in Beachbody, I was a full-time college student. So I would literally go from, okay, I need to hop on a team call, to running the night class, because night class is what I did for the whole time I've done college. I have always done night school. So I would have to run to class at like 6 p.m. and it would be from like 6 to 8 or 6 to 10, depending on the class. And then I would literally come home to just sign people up or respond to DMs or whatever it is, or finish what I didn't finish on my tracker. And it's like, you never truly have time to just relax. And that's me with night school. Not even if I had, children or anything like that. I personally just love having my relaxation time, to just hang out and chill. And it's like that will be taken from you with this MLM, and pretty much with any MLM, because it's nearly impossible to get high up in an MLM. Based on Beachbody, only 1.4% of people even get in the top 15 ranks. And the FTC says that most people who join legitimate MLMs make no money or lose money. So with that being said, you are joining something where you're going to take time away from family, kids, and your own personal relaxation time to unfortunately end up probably losing money and never making a profit in an MLM. And the whole time that you're in the MLM, you're going to be working 24/7 in hopes that you can get to the top. And that's probably not going to happen. So now she said that she had she had 800 followers, and now I believe she has 10,000 or something like that. Let me go double check, because I don't want to give you a wrong number or anything like that when I'm talking about this. So yeah, she now has 10.2 thousand followers, where she doesn't really average much engagement with the type of followers that she does have, unfortunately. With that being said, she grew her account from that 800 to 10,000. So yeah, she did grow her account, but by looking at her posts, she only really has good engagement on stuff with her children and stuff like that. And then the rest of her posts where she doesn't have a good amount of likes, she hides her likes, which is very interesting to me. So that makes me assume that she hides likes on posts that don't have as good of an engagement, because on Instagram, you can now hide the like count that you have, but you can still click on the people that like that person's post and you can count how many people did. So I went to a lot of her posts that she hid the likes, and it was because she had under 100 likes on all of those posts. So in my experience, I went through this exact same thing. When I was in Beachbody, I didn't have 10,000 followers, but I think I started with 2,000 and maybe ended around 4,000 or 3,000 followers. I'd have to go back and check, but it wasn't that many in the grand scheme of things, or when I think about where I am now. And when I was in my MLM, my engagement was literal garbage. Garbo. And I feel like the big reason why when you're in an MLM that your engagement goes so low no matter what your following is because people know that what you're going to do is try and recruit them every single time that you like a post. Because again, if you look on Beachbody's business activity tracker that I just talked about that everyone needs to be doing every day, they actually have a thing where you need to be responding to all of your likes, comments, and views. So you're supposed to go to your likes, click on the person, and then message them about whatever it may be. So you're going to end up doing that and people are going to stop engaging, they're going to unfollow and things like that. So I feel like it creates a lack of engagement on people's social media. So she's going to be like, oh, well, look at me. I grew my account from 800 to 10,000. But does it really matter if your engagement is not doing that well? People aren't commenting, people may not truly care or may not even be able to show that they like your stuff because you're in an MLM and probably messaging them. No, it freaking sucks in my opinion. Like I look back and it's really shitty that I would continue to post every freaking day and get no engagement. That's embarrassing. And it's because people just don't want to join MLMs anymore. They don't. They know the stats, they know the odds of people making it, and they know what MLMs are truly about. So in my opinion, if you do join an MLM, the engagement that you have right now will start to dwindle because people see that you're just trying to sell to them. And then she pretty much emphasized how she could help people with their health and fitness journey. So you guys already know how I feel about this. If this is one of your first videos watching of mine, the thing that really irks me about Beachbody is that you don't need any certification. So when you join Beachbody, you literally need to just have a social security number and be the age of 18 or above. That's all you need. And you can join and you can now call yourself a fitness coach just because you joined. And the company will promote to you that that's what they are. They will call you a coach. They will give you merch that has the word coach on it, and they are going to promote to you that you are a health and fitness coach. So what's going to happen is you're going to end up giving advice to people about their health and fitness journey with no proper education. You're not a personal trainer. You didn't go to 4 years of school to be a dietitian or anything like that. And I feel like this can truly lead people down a very bad path. That's how I feel on that post. The next one is, oh God. The next one is a Monet reel. You've got to love it. All of these things are stuff you guys sent me too. Also, I need to stop shaking my table when I'm using my mouse. Maybe I'll use it right here. That'll not cause it to shake. So let's see what this person has to say. So on the screen, I played that music, so I don't think I'll get demonetized, but it says other companies. Unfortunately, we cannot hire you. You need at least 2 years experience if you want to earn 1.5K a month. Me, working for a company that requires no experience from bed, unlimited income potential, and making my own schedule. So one, no, Monet doesn't require experience. It's actually the problem. I do think in the workforce, it can be very irritating for the experience aspect, especially if it's an entry-level job. Like I just applied for one and it was literally like, oh, all you need is a high school education. And then it said, oh, but then you need a year experience in like a psychiatric place or whatever. And I'm like, huh? What high school like graduate has that? Or like just graduated high school and has that? I have like a 4-year degree. Could I just give you that? So it definitely can be annoying for jobs, but I say just apply to the job anyways, even if it says you need experience, because you never know. But yes, Monet doesn't require experience, which is the problem when you're dealing with people's hair that can't just be replaced. You can't just replace your hair unless you use wigs and stuff like that, which is actually a good route if you have struggle with your hair in general. But Monet not requiring experience is the issue. You have uneducated people teaching people about hair. Next, it does not compare to a normal job that actually pays. So she said a job with 2 years experience is 1K per month. In general, I feel like 1.5K to compare to is extremely low, when I do know that in some places the minimum wage is still like $7, which is ugh. But I get in some places it's cheaper to live, in some places more expensive, but I still think we need to raise minimum wage. But in Monet, let's compare it. In Monet, 92% of reps make an average of $161 a year. So if we do the math on the person making minimum wage, the person making 1.5K after taxes is making $18,000 more than the average Monet rep. I'll take the $18,000 more. So that's what they don't talk about. They say, oh, you have uncapped income, blah, 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 but they don't actually show, well, the odds of getting that income that you're thinking of in your mind, yeah, you have like a 92% chance to not do that and only make $161 a year on average. So the person I just shit on making that 1.5K a month, yeah, they made $18,000 more dollars than you'll probably ever make. So in general, you have to make it to the market mentor rank, which only about 0.30% of people make it to that rank. So So to even attempt to make more than someone that makes 1.5K a month, that's where you have to get. You have to get all the way to the market mentor rank, which again is only about 0.30% of people were in that rank, to even attempt to make more than the person making 1.5K. And that's not even talking about your expenses for the MLM, the monthly cost, the trips you go on, anything like that. So it's just kind of funny that when she says the income is unlimited, it's more so it's unlikely. In general, the sad shit about this is that this individual actually went viral on TikTok for this post and had a ton of comments where people were like, oh my God, what are you talking about? Send me a DM, send me a DM. I want more info. So in general, people probably ended up freaking joining her for this, which is really shitty because if you just were to show an income disclosure statement and if it would be talked about more, that there are income disclosure statements for these MLMs, someone would look at that and be like, oh, okay, this isn't a smart decision for me to make. The next one we have is of someone that is in Thrive and Lavelle, and it's also a reel. So she's talking about red flags. Let's see. Number 1, mandatory fees or auto ship. So these are red flags for MLMs. Mandatory fees or auto ship, cold messaging, spamming, and charting, spending money out of your pocket to purchase products. I mean, how else are you going to purchase them? And poor leadership. This is not supposed to apply to your MLM. So let's go one by one and read her captions. So it says, mandatory fees / auto ships for you and your customers, or spending money out of your pocket to get the products you're promoting. If you have to pay for the products you're promoting and then pay a yearly fee to continue selling the products you are promoting, then you still have to promote. Wait, what? The comp plan needs to benefit you and your customers. Mandatory auto ships tell me that you probably won't like it, but the customer gets a promised amount anyway. Unhappy customers then turn into a service role you didn't sign up for. So they say that there's no mandatory fees, but if you look up Thrive's comp plan, it shows that in order to attain a rank and maintain that rank, you actually need what's called a specific amount of PV, so personal volume. So normally the volume that's accumulated by the products you buy or customers you sign up, but if you're not getting any customers, you're kind of shit out of luck. You have to buy those products. You also need a minimum QV and a specific strong leg QV. So that means you have fees. I'm so annoyed with MLM reps saying that they don't have fees, and then all I have to do is Google their freaking comp plan, look at it for 2 seconds to see that they have required PV, they have required QV, which is the volume that's earned by your downline working, and then on top of that, they need a certain amount of QV from each leg. So it's like, yes, you do have fees. You just want to say, oh, well, we don't require you to purchase a product a month. You do though. If you don't have a customer, you have to buy that PV amount. If new products come out, you have to try it. So yes, you're going to end up spending that amount of money. She then said cold messaging and spamming. Asking randomly is cold messaging, or asking people to post their sales ad on your wall. Oh, she's shading. It works. To post a sales ad on your wall to enter a giveaway to join your boot camp to be a product tester. You're going to be taught the same way they are approaching you. If you're sending 50 copy and paste cold messages a day and everyone's leaving you on red, there's a better way. So I'm curious where this is not happening, because I see Thrive cold messages all of the time. Okay, so something that they've been doing in MLMs is being like, oh, well, a cold message isn't a cold message if I talked to the person before. So they equate a cold message to, oh, even if I've just slid in someone's DMs and told them they look pretty, when I do recruit them into my MLM and I do try and I send them a message asking them to be recruited into my MLM, that's not a cold message because I talked to them already. That's a cold message. If you don't know someone in person, you don't have their phone number, you can't like call them and ask to go to brunch tomorrow, then that's a cold message because it's someone you don't know. That's what a cold message is. You don't personally know the person. That's a cold message. When you try and recruit them, you're cold messaging them, because how else are you going to get someone to join your MLM? Making a post? Okay, what if people don't join off your post or your reels or your Instagram stories? You're going to have to message them and cold message them to recruit them or to have people join. So cold messaging is happening. They just want to change the definition of what cold message is, when you can't really go out here, changing the definition of stuff. And then the next thing she said with that is spending money out of pocket to purchase the products that you're promoting. So Thrive reps love saying this in my comment section. They just love it. They love talking about the fact that they don't pay for products because they have what's called a refer to program. So the refer to program is if you get 2 customers to have products on auto ship, you can become eligible to receive some form of free product only if those customers actually keep that auto ship. So if you don't get enough customers on auto ship, you have to pay out of pocket to stay active. Also with that, you need your customers on certain auto ship amounts. So if your customers aren't having like a certain amount they are spending on that auto ship, you're not going to get enough to be able to even buy products and stay active for that month. So in my opinion, this is just a way to be like, oh, well, you don't have to pay here, but most people are not going to get a bunch of customers. Most people aren't going to have those customers every single month for the whole time that they're in Thrive have expensive products on auto ship. So yeah, they want to say you could just, it's free. No, these companies aren't just sending you products for free. You have to do something to attempt to get them sent to you, or to attempt to get a credit where you can actually get products. And then she said, poor leadership and training. Who you join matters to your success. Seeing them post constantly with passion, showing up daily, actually leading a team, doing Zoom calls, one-on-one calls, telling their stories and trainings and helping people. That's someone you should join over posting salesy, posting graphics. Do you see the same slides on 100 people's stories? Is it salesy and slimy? You're going to be following in their footsteps, and how they show up is how they're going to teach you. So I say F MLMs and their leadership. In an MLM, it's just a bunch of uplines repeating what their upline said to them. That's why in MLMs, they talk about duplicatable systems. Why do they talk about that? Because they literally just want you to copy what they do and say. So downlines, all they do is listen to their upline and then copy and paste it. Even if they say it in their own words, it's copied. You're just copying your upline. So F MLMs and their leadership, because I don't look at that as leadership saying, hey, copy me, just repeat what I say. Don't do your own research. Don't have any critical thinking. Don't look at terms and conditions. Don't read policies and procedures. Don't actually understand what income disclosure statements are. Don't do any of that. Just repeat what I say. Just listen to me and listen to the CEO, and that's all that matters. And oh, our products are amazing because our products work for us. And like, it worked for me. That's literally the number one rebuttal I get from Thrive people is, well, the product worked for me. And just because there are a top percent of people that actually make a profit in MLM, they could be like, oh, well, I did it. That doesn't mean it's actually good, and what you're doing is good and actually is something that's going to work for everybody. Ooh, so now we have an It Works one. I haven't done an It Works one in a while. So I seen this, I believe it was in December. Someone like sent it to me, so I went and like screenshotted all of it. This individual, she's trying to get people to join her MLM. So the first slide says, influencer spots open. I'm looking for ambitious, goal-driven women who want to make an extra income working from their smartphone or computer. How many times do I have to say that you're not an influencer? But they're going to use these terms to rope in a certain crowd. A lot of people in today's world want to do content creating or influencing, whatever you call it. I call it being a content creator, but a lot of people call it influencers, etc. A lot of people want to do that because they see, oh, they're at home, doing brand deals and making content that they love, and then they're making an income from that. So because of that, and because people want to do it, MLMs, instead of being like, hey, do you want to join my downline in my MLM? They try and put up this facade that it's influencing and you can be an influencer, when that couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth. This person's not an influencer. Nobody that joins this person is an influencer. And just by joining an MLM, that doesn't make you an influencer. It's an MLM where you use the term influencer to just make it seem better than it is. Then she says, hey, my name is blank and here is my story. And by my story, she means, okay, here is my sad sob story used to connect with audiences and to get them to join me. I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago too, is that people that join MLMs always have the my story. And that story is always something that is very sad or showing that they were going through a hard time when they joined their MLM. And I think that goes to show something really important, is that most people that join MLMs were in a vulnerable state when they joined. And then within that, they got roped in because they were vulnerable, and then they end up recruiting vulnerable people because they're looking for people like them. They're looking for people to relate to, so they try and relate to people that have the same story that they had before they joined, and by trying to relate to those people, and connecting with them, that's how they're going to get people to join them. So by telling their story is what's going to give them that connection factor with their audience to get people to join. No one's going to join by you saying, hey, I'm a millionaire, I made $1 million. Okay. What's going to get people to join is telling them the sob story. So that's why people do it. But again, it goes to show that in MLMs, the people that are joining are people that are in very vulnerable spots most of the time. Or it's people that know they can take advantage of people and then they end up joining. She goes, at 18 years old, I'm having to get really close. Sorry about that. But it says, at 18 years old, I was your typical broke high school student. At the time, I was working multiple jobs, living paycheck to paycheck, going to school with a jam-packed schedule. She said, I was scrolling through my Instagram and saw this babe posting about how she made money from her phone, and God had a plan that day. I had 20 cents in my bank account, so I jumped in with her and I was fearful and clueless. I needed to make a change. So you clearly see, I talked about the fact that she's telling her sob story because she wants to connect with people and she wants to relate to them to get them to join. That means she's trying to find probably college students, people who don't have a lot of money, who are struggling financially. And that just goes to show the type of people she's trying to recruit, people who are in very financially vulnerable situations, which is really fucked up when we know the odds of making money. So the income disclosure statement shows that 83% of active reps made a monthly average of $48. That's literally not even enough money to put gas in my car for a whole month. The next rank has 3% of people in it, making an average of $240 a month. And then the next rank is 7%, making an average of $349. And every rank above that is 1% or 0 point something percent of people. So she's trying to reach to people who are financially vulnerable with the hopes that she could get them to join their MLM, without telling them that their odds are 83% of people only make an average of $48. And then even the ranks after that, 240, 349, that is a little bit higher, but still only 3 and 7% of people get in those ranks. And that doesn't even include the money that you're spending for the MLM, whether it's on email services, products you spend monthly, yearly subscriptions, or business fees you have to pay for the MLM, trips you're going on, etc. Something else to add is if you actually read the very small fine print, which is also a little bit blurry under the 2019 income disclosure statement, it states that in 2019, average distributor made $183 monthly. In 2019, 97.34% of those reps received income, while 2.66% of reps never, ever made a commissions check. And that those numbers also do not represent distributors' profit, as they don't consider the expenses incurred by the distributors. So again, this shows that even when we take the top 1% income earners and we put their numbers in with everybody else in the pyramid, we still find that the monthly average earned is $183 a month for an It Works rep. $183 a month is not enough to even pay for your basic necessities that people need every month, like food, water, gas for transportation, etc. So she's not even talking about that. So she's going to be recruiting financially vulnerable people just to put them in an even deeper hole than they're already in. Next, she said, fast forward to now, I became the youngest top income earner, bought my new home, met my best friends, travel whenever, no job to clock in, no alarm clocks, stronger faith, and bought 23 acres of land. And then as she's driving, she posted this after. She said, you can have it all. This is truly my favorite part of what I do. I'm 5 hours from home and still running my business, signing customers up and making money. There is nothing better than freedom of time. Another one, got my girl blank started on her coffee challenge for a huge discount. Thank you for supporting my business friend. And then she put like her location of where she's at. So when she says freedom of time, but you can't even just drive home, you have to be signing people up. I don't know about you guys, but I get a really bad migraine looking at my phone. So I normally can't really even be on my phone. I can't be on my laptop. I can't do anything in the car. So to me, that would be freaking hell to be signing people up in my car. So all in all, these people tried to recruit influencers, tried to flaunt that she got all of this money and has this new house and that you can do it too, when I just showed you the odds of people make money in the MLM. And then the fact that she's also trying to relate to broke college students and people who have 20 cents in their account. The next post is of a Thrive babe. It says, most are skeptical because society has taught them to look for jobs rather than opportunities. We will take the benefits of being business owners without the headaches and overhead. Been there, done that. And if this didn't work, do you think we would really be home doing it and living the life we live? Believe me, it works, but only if you work. So then on the screen, it's a picture of her and her spouse, and it says, Dear blank, we're glad to let you know that Lavelle has initiated a payment to you per the following. So it tried to show that both of them got paid. So she said it's a benefit of being a business owner without business owner responsibilities. Okay, you don't own a business if you don't have business owner responsibilities. You just don't. If you don't have the responsibility that a business owner should have, you don't own a business. And then she says it works if you do. No. That's not true. It does not matter how hard you work in an MLM. It doesn't. Most MLMs, their comp plans are based on recruitment. There are only so many people you can recruit into an MLM, and there's only so many people that can get to the top of that type of comp plan, which is a huge reason why I have an issue with multi-level marketing companies and their business structure in general. With that being said, to back up what I'm saying, even the FTC on their website says to ask yourself these questions when you go to join an MLM. Do you want to be a salesperson? If you join an MLM, that's what you are. So clearly you're not a business owner per the FTC. Next, it says, do you have a solid sales plan? Or it says, consider whether you have friends and family who will buy this product from you over and over again. Think about how you would find and keep other regular customers. Could people buy something like this product elsewhere, maybe for less? So the FTC is trying to give you really good questions to consider. Next, it says, what are your income goals? You might think that with your willingness to work hard, you can earn substantial income through your MLM. In fact, most people who join MLMs and work hard make little or no money, and some lose money. And even to add on, next, it says, can you afford to risk the time and money? Every business venture has risks, but MLMs are no different. Even if the startup cost seems low, additional expenses add up quickly. Expenses can include trainings and travel costs, website fees, promotional materials, cost to host parties, and cost to buy products. If you need to borrow money or use your credit card, you may face hefty interest charges too. Also consider the time demand, like going to trainings, recruiting new distributors, managing paperwork, recording inventory, and shipping products, etc. So even the FTC is telling you need a solid sales plan, aka if you don't have a following, if you don't have people you can sell to besides your friends and family, will your friends and family at least keep buying from you the whole time you're in? If you join an MLM, do you want to be a salesperson? Because that's what you'll be. And to top it off, in fact, most people who join MLMs and work hard make little or no money, some lose money. I seriously cannot wait to get to my last post. I have 2 more left. Here's a post by a top, and when I mean top, I mean top. Let me actually check. Yeah, she's a top 10 coach. Never mind. So this top 10 coach made this post. It says, warning, this is going to be a radically unpopular post, and I'm okay with it. Last year, as my team held the #1 spot, 50 out of 52 weeks of the year, I was constantly pinned against other women. I literally received phone calls with my points versus other team points. So she's meaning like in Beachbody, to get that top rank, you go by like this leadership point system. So that's what she's talking about, is like corporate would call her and be like, oh, these are your points. These are other team's points. This is how long you're going to stay in the #1 spot, kind of like that. So she said, I allowed my impact to be put on a scale. I allowed a corporate rep who had never done what I was doing to define my worth as a business owner. You're not a business owner if corporate calls you. Now, before I continue, I want to say that this is on me. I am a competitive Enneagram 3. No one is responsible for my feelings but myself. But what I am saying is that we as women get to choose how we see our value. In January of this year, I sent this message, quote, I no longer wish to have my business measured against others. I do not need any point updates. I will value my business on the impact it has on the women I am able to help and the ripple effect we can create, end quote. I haven't thought much about points this year. In fact, I have focused solely on the success of my coaches. So, okay, let's pause there. She's saying that she, for 50 out of 52 weeks, held the #1 spot. And in fact, she is solely focused on the success of her coaches. What does that go to show? If your downline can buy product and freaking rank advance by any means, because this is a little bit of a story. I actually was on a call with this leader. I got a call with me and a couple other people who were trying to like rank advance. And we got this special spot with her because my upline hit elite and she ended up becoming friends with this person. Well, I got on a call with this person and she was saying, by any means, if you have to sign up your grandma, your grandpa, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, you will do it. So in general, I already know what she's about. But by her saying that she focuses solely on the success of her coaches, by success, she means helping them rank advance advance and stuff, because if you help them rank advance, you rank advance. That's how she held that spot for 50 of the freaking 52 weeks. All she has to do is make sure that she tells her reps to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G to get to the next rank, and then she will benefit from it. Then she added on empowering other women to build their dreams, and one knowing that when women focusing on empowering one another, the impact is much greater. As a result, my team is currently the number 3 team in the network, without point updates, without manipulation. What? Without ever mentioning other women. We are number 3 through empowerment, collaboration, through talking about ideas over people. So to the women out there comparing, to the women out there measuring herself against others, to the women using numbers or likes or follower counts to measure their worth, it is okay to turn off the noise and focus solely on your impact. You get to decide how you measure your worth. And at the end of the day, I don't care what points or rankings someone else uses to define me by. No, I want to look back and see the ripple effect of the millions of lives changed for the better. So she literally said, as a result, my team is number 3 without updates, without manipulation. So is she agreeing that MLM's structure, Beachbody's structure, point systems, their rankings, how it works, the things that are going on, all of that is manipulation? Because she's right. All of the things that these MLMs do is used to be like, oh, well, this is how we measure your success. Being the number 1 does this for you, and doing that, like, that means you're this. And they always equate getting to the top of their structure as you seeing success. You're being impactful. You're doing amazing. You're the number 1 whatever. And they literally use these titles and these numbers and these ranks or whatever to show your worth in an MLM. And it is, in my opinion, to also manipulate people into doing the things that the company wants you to do. So being in the number 1 of the company, the number 3 in the real world truly doesn't mean anything. Being a certain rank in an MLM is never going to help you with your resume or getting a job or starting another business. I mean, if you profit and you save that money, if you're at the top of the MLM, like in the number 1 spot, I guess it could help you move that money over to make an actual business. But in general, it's never going to help you in the real world. What these companies do is they utilize these points, like these point systems, these ranks, all of these things to get you to push higher and higher, and always have these things that you need to go for in order to control kind of what it is that you're doing every single day and every single month. So that's why with MLMs, you will see that Q Sciences, Beachbody, all of these companies, every month you have to continue to hit these qualifications. Every year to hit, even for Beachbody Elite and all these top things, you have to redo that every year. Because if Beachbody never had that, people would never really push for it. They wouldn't actually be like trying to go for anything. So I found that the most interesting thing about everything that she said, because it really brought up a good point in my eyes. But in general, this person spends most of her time on her team, and that's how she stays at the top of the company. And now to what we've all been waiting for. This was supposed to come out, I think, the week of Christmas. I was having this top fails come out because of this post right here. I can't actually play the music, so I'm going to play this and then I'm going to put some stupid music over it. But just imagine they have the song, "A sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the rain, snow is glistening." That's the song they have on, just know that. And then the caption says, "Does your man support you? This is what happens when you get 17 leaders together and your husbands step up to the plate for a huge 7,000 customer holiday event. Let's just say it's the best one yet that we've ever done. Senegence, make sure to snag our men's holiday bundle for your man in your life this season." Oh my God, the one at the end even did a wink. What are you putting your spouses through so that you could sell products? Because they will do whatever they can. It's like, oh, I can't sell the product. I'm going to have our men all come together to do this TikTok. And no matter how much it may embarrass them, we're going to do it. So that's going to be all for today's video. I am glad that I got to do this MLM Fails because of the fact that in general, I was supposed to do it in December. I have so many videos that I was supposed to do in December, but then there was too many videos that I had ready. So now we have a bunch of stuff that we could go through this month and have a crap load of probably 100 to 150 post reels and videos to react to for MLM Fails. So get ready for probably probably an MLM Fails a week this month. We have a lot happening. But anyways, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love to see what you guys say about these MLM Fails in the comments. I think really not watching your guys' comments, but reading your guys' comments is one of my favorite things to do. I always read as many of them as I can, and I try at least the first 24 hours to read every single comment. But in general, I just love seeing what you guys say because you guys bring up a lot of good points that I've never thought of before. So I love that. Anyways, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I think I already said that, and I upload every Monday and Friday, so I'll see you guys in the next video.